Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another project. Today's DIY is going to be a Dollar Tree project and it's going to be nothing short of amazing. So I'm going to show you the pieces that's going to be needed in this video. And what I did is I took a foam board and I'll show you how I did this. It's a foam board. I think it measures at 8 inches if I'm not mistaken. Let me just measure that. Oh, it's close to 10 inches. So it's a 10-inch foam board. I get that at the dollar, of course. And I got this mirror at the dollar. And I bought quite a lot, actually. The girl was nice enough to give it to me. So basically, I'm going to show you how I glitterized it. And this is basically what it's going to look like, just around, because the mirror goes in the middle. So in this DIY, we're going to be using this. I'm going to be using, I have 12 pieces of these. Now this is all at the dollar. Everything that I'm going to be using here in this project is from the dollar except for the sunflower. That's the only thing that's not from the dollar, but everything else is. So I'll explain it to you and I'm going to show you every piece how I made it. So we're going to be using this here, very glitterized. This is all silver. And I'm going to have 12 of these. And then I have a smaller one, which this is rose gold. This is rose gold. I don't know if you can see from the lighting, but this is rose gold. And then I have these ones. I have silver and rose gold. So what I did is I put the rhinestone mesh here to cover it up, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did all of these pieces. So with all of this, I have 24. I got 12 each of the small ones. And then I glitterized it with large glitter, silver glitter. And then I used, for these here, it's called the silver picks, and you get those at the dollar. It costs like $1.25 and you get 36 in a pack. And then I used, for these things, I used the small little spoons, which is at the dollar. You get 24 of these. So I take them apart and I just use the handles. See these handles? And this is how I do my pieces. So I'm going to show you that, but before I do all of that, I want to show you how I did the glitter. So all I did is I took, and I measured it, and I did my 24 lines. As you see here, there's black little lines. So that's where I know how to put my pieces. And I took my template, the 24 lines, and then I made my lines accordingly. So I just want to show you how I did this. So basically you just take the foam board, I'm going to glue my mirror only on the good one, but I just want to show you how it's done. So you take my Mod Podge and then I go all around. Just do maybe about I would say maybe 1.5 inches. That's it. Just 1.5 inches of Mod Podge. And I go just at the edge. And then what I do is I take just a plastic spoon here and I take my glitter. I'll just show it to you so you can actually see it. And then I just scatter it. And then I take the excessive off and I go again. So I put a little, what do you call those things, parchment paper. So even if the glitter goes on there, I throw it in the garbage afterwards. See? And then I go all around, and this is basically how I did that. So I just wanted to show you how I did it. And then we are going to And I buy the big Mod Podge because I do a lot of projects and a lot of crafts, a lot of decors and all that. And I do a lot of tutorials. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I did. So basically you just have to glue it. Maybe I would say maybe about, not even an inch. I won't even say an inch. But I'm going to measure it anyways, just to make sure it's even. So basically it's not even an inch. I would say it's about 3/4 of an inch. So you just got to do it by eye more or less. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put E6000 because you want your mirror to be really, really glued. And usually when I do heavy items, I use, what do you call that? It's, I'll think of the name. But it's really, really dramatic glue. And I buy a tube of that and it's fabulous. But for most mirrors, for most decors, I usually use E6000. And then I'm going to put some hot glue in the middle just to make sure that it dries quickly. There we go. And then I'm going to put my mirror as best as I can. It's kind of hard to measure it, but just do it by eye. And then you hold it down for a minute. But this project is my first time, it's my first attempt doing this, but I think it's going to turn out really, 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 really well. It's very, very different. And what I did is to practice, I just laid it out yesterday, and I just wanted to see if it was going to be really nice, and it's going to be really, really, really nice. Very different, but very nice. And at the end of this project, what I usually do is I use just a brown string here, and I glue it in the back. And then I do the hot glue, and then I put the E6000 and just to make sure that it stays. So I think it's going to stay. We don't have to worry too much of the mirror because it's very, very light. I think this whole decor is going to weigh like a pound. All right, now I want to show you how I did all of my pieces. So first off, I'm going to show you how I did these. So you got the silver and then you got the rose gold. So I took 4 of these. I took 4 handles of the spoons and then you glue it together. But I will show that to you. So you have to be really careful because you want to glue it maybe about 1.5 inches from the end, basically. And it's going to turn out like this. So basically this is what you want to do. So I'm just going to glue the end, glue it. So you want to make sure that it's straight. Glue the end. Like this. You don't want to have it crooked, like I just did. You want to make sure that they're straight. And then I do one more. And then I glue it. Looks pretty straight to me. So there you go. You got the 4 handles, and like I said, you do it from like an inch, maybe an inch and a half each one. You see that from the back? It's about an inch and a half. See that? And then I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to do the small ones now, which is the rose gold one. So I do the same thing basically, except I'm doing 3 of them instead of 4. That's all it is. But the outcome of this is so pretty. I couldn't get over it, how pretty it was. There's a lot of bling. And everyone that knows me, I'm all about the bling. I love everything that glitters. There's actually a song about that. Anything that glitters, it's not gold. I love silver and gold. Those are my 2 favorite for the holidays. Okay, so I did 3 of these. Basically an inch and a half. Same thing. And basically this is what it turns out to. Now, you have to accessorize it. You have to decorate it. I know it's a long process because, see that? There's 4 sunflowers and there's 3 sunflowers, big sunflowers, and then there's 3 little ones. And then under it, there's rhinestone mesh, or I should call it diamond wrap. So you'll see that. So I have to accessorize it. So we're going to start with the rhinestone. So let's just do the big one. So basically, I'm going to put my sunflower. I start with my sunflower because you'll see why. So I'm going to do my sunflower, which you need 4 huge sunflowers. Well, I should say large. Come on now, it's stuck to my finger. So 4 of those, and you put it right at the edge. 2, 3, 'Once your pieces are all done, easy peasy, it's just putting it all together, which is great. There you go. So I did the 4 sunflowers. Now I'm going to do the small one, which is the rose gold one. And you'll understand why. It's an absolute beautiful day today. We actually see the sun. We haven't seen the sun in a while, so it's really, really kind of nice. I know around the world it's not going really well with the weather. Storms and crazy stuff happening. But today we'll take the beautiful sunshine. Okay, so here are the 3 sunflowers. So now what we have to do is we have to accessorize it. These are already done, so I'm going to take the ones I have to do. So what you do is you take the rhinestone mesh. I already cut a strand out. So basically you have to go inside here, measure it to the next sunflower. So it measures at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 strands. Okay, 6 or 7 pieces. So and then I glue it inside. And you got to have really, really, really good hand coordination for this. And you got to make sure that it's glued in the middle. Then we go to the next piece. Not this one, but the silver. So, and I have to tell you, they're all different, eh? I don't know how that happens, but it does. Oops, I got the wrong one. So let's go to this one here, the second one. And I'm going to cut it just about there. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. So I got 7 pieces, and I'm going to put it on the second one. Okay, now we're going to go to the third one. Now I have to say, it's a long project, but you know what? You're going to see it at the end, and it was all worth it, because it turns out very, very pretty. And everything's from the Dollar Tree, which is wonderful. So you could do this with your kids, family. If you want to have people over and just do a craft night, that's a lot of fun. And then my last piece, and it's not very, very long, so I'm going to have to take a longer one. There we go. All right. So let's glue the last piece of the silver one. And I don't go all the way to the end, because once I glue it on there, I'm going to put a sunflower there, so you'll see. There you go. See how pretty that is? And then now we're going to do the rose gold one. So it's basically the same thing. Okay, and now we're going to do the third one, which that's probably not long enough either, so I'm going to take one here. And voila. Okay, so this is our last one, and then there's just a small little thing to do after that. Okay. So here's the third piece of the rose gold, but there's only one thing I'm going to add, is the sunflowers on this one. I didn't do it the silver one. The silver one, I'm leaving it as is, But the rose gold one, I put the small little sun. They're very, very tiny. And let me just show you where I get those. I get those at the dollar. So they got silver and they got rose gold of these things. See that? I get those at the dollar. So I'm just going to glue that. And I put it right smack in the middle. So I go 1, 2, and 3. About like this. And basically this is what it's going to look like. See that? Turns out very cute. So here you have it, the 2 pieces. And so these are my pieces. I can't remember. These are the ones I did it. Okay, so these are the ones I did. Now I'm going to show you how I did the other pieces. And I have 24 of those. I have 12 rose gold and 12 silver. So what you do is you take those little picks that you got from the Dollar Tree, and then I cut out rhinestone mesh. So what I did is I cut 2 strands. See that? And it's going to measure here. All of the 2 sides here. That's going to be covering it. The whole thing, you see? So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to glue 1. I'm going to show you 1. Now, I can't remember how I thought of this project, but it just happened. Sometimes I think of something and it just, I don't know. It just happens. What I usually do is I try to play with my pieces, and after doing so many, you sort of get to know what's going to be nice and what's not going to be nice. Just practice, that's all it is. And I just try different pieces. If I don't like it, I take it off, try another piece, and if I don't like that, well then I try it with something else. And basically this is what I do. And that's how I do all my creations. And there you go. Look at that. See that, how pretty that is? So you got the silver one, and then you got the rose gold one. So it covers it. So I got 24 pieces of those. Now, so now that we have all of that done, which is wonderful, now we can get started with our decor. So, and then once we're all done of all that, you'll see I'm going to put sunflower all on my design. So what I did is, you probably can't see that. Oh yes, you can. See all the lines? I put all the lines. So this is where I'm going to put my I don't know what you call these, but my little sticks. So I'm going to do silver, rose gold, silver, rose gold. So basically, and it doesn't glue very, very well because it's just going on the tip. It's just going on the tip. I just want to show you, I'm going to start it, and I just want to show you how it's going to look like. I think it's going to turn out very, very, very pretty. And it's very light. Like I had mentioned earlier, it's wonderful. Now, I wanted to tell you, now this measures, the silver one measures at, oh 9.5, 9 3/4, and then the small one measures at 7. So it's just perfect. And like I said, if you want to do it bigger, you can actually have a bigger foam and you'll have more room. And then you can add some pieces of the sticks, of the handles. You can add maybe 1 or even 2 more if you want it bigger, which that would be extremely very, very beautiful. And or you can have it smaller. It's up to you. You can have 3 strands, you can have 2, or you can have 4, or you can have 5, or you can have 6. And then after that, you just have to take 1 off of the smaller one. So if you have 6, you do 5. If you have 5, you do 4. So basically that's how I do it. It just looks nicer for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does. So basically I glued these. I just want to make sure that these stay. So basically this is what it's going to look like. See that? Turns out very, very pretty, eh? So I'm going to do this all around, and I will see you when I'm done. And it's not going to take very, very long. So I'll see you shortly. All right, welcome back. Now what I did is it took a little while because I wanted to make sure it glued very, very well. See that? I just wanted to show you basically what it's starting to look like. It's coming out really, 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 really nice. See that? Turned out it's really, really, really nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these ones here, the silver and the rose gold. So how you're going to do that, you're just going to put the glue behind here and just basically glue it. And then I do the silver. Whoops, wrong end. And I do the silver. And what you just want to center it right in the middle. And you make sure that it's all glued. Like I said, this project is a little, there's just a lot of things to add, but it's coming out really, really, really nice. See that? I don't know if you guys can see this, but see that, those 2 little things there? It's coming out really, really, really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this all around. I'm going to put all those pieces, and I will see you when I'm done. So welcome back, everyone, and here it is. Now it's a long process because you have to glue 24 of them. So basically, and it's so light. Oh my God, it's so light because it's all plastic. So it's really, really light. It might weigh maybe 1 pound, 1.5 pounds, if that. So I wanted to wait till everything was just glued. So basically it's starting to take shape. Very, very nice. See that? Very, very glittery. It's a lot of pieces because you figure there's 24 of the big ones and 12 of the big ones, 12 of the small ones, and I got 12 of each, so it's 24. So there's 48, but it comes out really, really, really beautiful. See that? And especially with the glitter around the mirror, it's actually really, really much nicer. So what I want to do now is there's a couple of pieces I'm going to add. You don't have to do this, but I want to do it. So basically the sunflower, I'm going to put it on the large, the rose gold sunflower, I'm going to put it on the rose gold, the small ones. And the silver sunflower, I'm going to put it on the large silver ones. Now the small ones here, the little picks, I chose to put the small little sunflower. They're very, very tiny. Like I think I showed that to you before. So there's rose gold, this one here. So there's rose gold and there's silver. I did choose the right colors actually. Or you can put beads, you can put whatever you want to accessorize it. Like I said, you don't have to, but I wish to. I'm going to put the small ones on the picks, the silver and the rose. So I'm going to do all the sunflowers, the big ones and the small ones, and I'm going to show it to you once it's done. And I'll be right back. All right, welcome back everyone. So here is the finished product. So what I did is, when I did the big sunflowers, I put just a little bit over the edge of the mirror, just to give it that extra, to hide the imperfections and stuff like that. And it just gives it that added bling to the mirror too. It's kind of really, really nice. Because usually when I do a mirror, I put the beads all around, but this time I didn't, because I didn't have enough foam board. So you have to improvise. So basically, I put the little sunflowers and I put the large sunflowers. Look at that. See how pretty that is? I did it all around. And this item is so light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the back to hang it up, I'm going to put a little piece of this here, a little rope. And how I do it is I do it with the hot glue gun. I put the Gorilla Glue and I wait it for it to dry, and then after that I put my E6000. Or you can use the silicone. That's what I was trying to say earlier, was the silicone. So when I usually do my big mirrors, and if it's a heavy item, I use silicone. And it's wonderful. It really, really is. So basically this is what it looks like. Hope you guys can see this. It's very, very pretty. Try not to show my light, so this way you can actually have no reflection. Turns out very, very, very nice. See that? You can see all my items at home. It turned out very, very, very pretty. So like I said, there's a lot of bamboo skews. And sorry, not the bamboo skews, but the handles from the spoon. There's a lot of them, but you know what? It turns out very, very, very nice. I think it's very pretty. And especially coming from a Dollar Tree to look this pretty, I think it's pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit that icon bell so you don't miss any videos. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY, and if you did, like I said, please comment as much as you like. I'm going to put all the items used in this tutorial on the description below. And yeah, so thanks everyone for joining me again today. And it was a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed it too. And I will see you on my next DIY. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.